Jules Marcel with the IRS Tax Helpline. I want to talk to you a little bit today about something very special that's going on, some breaking news in the IRS. As you know, the IRS Tax Helpline, if you don't know, we help taxpayers. Right now, just give you an idea, there's over 40 million people in the U.S. today that are either, they owe balance of taxes, unpaid taxes, or they have unfiled tax returns. That's over 40 million people. So the IRS Tax Helpline, what we do is we help you. We help you with resolutions, we help you with tax relief, and we give you information, education. And today I wanted to give you a quick update on some education because the IRS is implementing some new rules that are taking effect. Now, you know that April 15th is right around the corner, and it's the time to file on it before that date, so you've got to make sure you do it. But the fact is, after April 15th, starting on April 16th, there's some new rules and regulations that are being brought out by the IRS. I'm going to bring it up on my screen so I could tell you a little bit more about it in detail, because it's really important that everybody understands what this is, why it is, and what's happening. One of the things they're doing is, let's just see, you know that you can call the IRS on your own. The fact of the matter is the IRS is very short-staffed, okay? Only 61% of the more than 100 million calls that customers made to the IRS last year were answered. Only 61%. And that comes from the Taxpayer Advocate report to Congress. They also estimated that of nearly 40% of those calls that they did answer, they actually provided over 8 million Americans with wrong answers. And those wrong answers were even to the most basic inquiries about the tax laws and other issues. The fact is, money to train the IRS customer representatives also, it was cut. In fiscal year 2010, it was 172 million. In 2013 fiscal year, Congress cut it to only 22 million. And that is what increased the taxpayers receiving incorrect information or no good information, or if you can get even through. Now listen to this. The IRS has announced its plans to stop answering tax law questions to the public. Stop answering those tax law questions. They're not going to do it anymore. Okay? And that is specifically starting on April the 15th. April 16th. So that means when it comes April 16th, if you do call the IRS, you can expect little to no help whatsoever. And that comes from Nina Olson, who's the head of the Taxpayers Advocate Service. She made, in front of Congress, she made a statement. She said, quote, and this is from, again, Nina Olson, the head of the Taxpayer Advocate Service, quote, "At the risk of vast understatement, it is a sad state of affairs when the government writes tax laws as complex as ours and then is unable to answer any questions beyond basic ones from baffled citizens who are doing their best to comply." Close quote. That's Nina Olson. In addition, the IRS is going to continue its long-standing practice. Now listen to this. They prepare taxes for people, okay? But come April 16th, they're going to stop it for low income, for the elderly, the ones that need it the most, and for disabled taxpayers who seek help. Again, this came from Nina Olson in her report to Congress. So we're talking about some breaking news here. If you're in those categories, if you're low income, if you're elderly, if you're disabled, you're not going to get your taxes done by the IRS anymore for free. They're not going to give you any legal advice anymore, even though the advice that they gave you wasn't very good anyway. So you got to be careful about that. The fact of the matter is there's a lot going on at the IRS. The budget is cut. They're understaffed. They're not answering the phone calls. People are having problems. Coming up to April 15th, April 16th starts a whole new year of who knows what. So people have to be prepared. When you're prepared, I mean, you have to know what to do. You have to know how to do it. Now, I do a radio show, which is on every Monday night at 4 p.m. Eastern Time on Blog Talk Radio. It is called the IRS Tax Helpline. So we talk about these issues. We talk about what to do, what not to do, how to answer questions. If you decide to call the IRS, what you need to say, what you need to avoid saying. And there's a lot that you need to avoid saying. As a matter of fact, this Monday night show coming up is going to be exactly on that subject. So you really, really, really want to listen to the show on Blog Talk Radio. It's called IRS Tax Helpline. All right, again, my name is Jules Marcel. I wanted to give you that update on the IRS for April 16th. There is a lot more check out our website, IRS Tax Helpline.com, IRS Tax Helpline.com. Visit us on the site. We got a video. You can even listen to the latest show, the last show, on the website as well. Well, you can give us a call, 855-240-1040. Again, my name is Jules Marcel. I will see you on the radio.